What is up, YouTube? It is WildChildX, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a departure from my usual videos. I usually post up gameplay of Call of Duty, and today I wanted to talk about one of my new favorite games, Final Fantasy 15, and the amount of hate that a certain level of the game has been generating. So the amount of hate that we're talking about is pretty big, and it's concerning a certain level, a level I just finished. It's Chapter 13 in the game. And if you've been reading the stories about it, or if you've played Chapter 13 yourself, you know that in Chapter 13, it goes. The entire game is very open world. You can go anywhere, you can do anything just about. But Chapter 13 is very, very linear, very straightforward. And it's also very weird. And the hate that it's getting is for a couple of reasons. It's a very big departure from the rest of the game, and it's linear in that you're assaulting the enemy stronghold, and you're just moving through hallways through the enemy stronghold. The other part of the hate is that you spend the entire game with these other characters, Gladius, Ignis, and Prompto, but they are not with you during this time. You are assaulting the enemy stronghold all by yourself, and you have no weapons. I'm not going to pretend to know what the developers are thinking when they create something like this, why they included it, but it is a little weird. But in the level, they have all these little nooks and crannies that they want you to hide in and hide from the enemies. And you totally don't have. That's the one thing about it. You don't have to do that. You can just run through the level and run through the guys, the bad guys, and kill them if you want. Which is what I did because I was like, this is dumb. I'm not going to try and hide from these guys. I'm going to kill every one of them. So that's what you did. I killed them all and made it through to the end. Now, the amount of hate that that's getting is really astounding for this game. It is a very good game. It's a really interesting story. I will say that I guess they wanted you to keep up with. I didn't watch the movie, the Kingsglaive movie that they made. I didn't see that. So there's a lot of backstory that to the game that they don't include in it. Why is he leaving? What, all you know is that he's leaving. The prince is leaving his kingdom to go on this trip, and all you know is that the prince is leaving his kingdom to go on this trip with his friends. He's getting out of the city, and then the city gets attacked by the enemy. You don't know why they're your enemy or what's going on in between them or anything, but that happens, and he's going to meet his princess on the other side of the country, but she's some kind of oracle that people really want to hear from, something like a religious oracle. And yeah, so there's that part of the game. So, you know, the story's about as damn it. The story's about as disjointed as you would expect from a Final Fantasy game. Another thing I wanted to say is that the fact that they don't include summons the way they have in every other Final Fantasy is a little weird. There are summons in this game, but you can't summon them at will the way you could before. You could use a summon. You could use Bahamut on a cacti, or is it cacti or cactor or whatever he is, the little cactus guy. You could use Bahamut on him if you wanted to, but you can't in this game. It's very structured when you're able to use summons. And it took them 10 years to make this game, and I just don't understand why they didn't include one of the coolest parts about the game in the game. It's just weird. But so there's that. But the chapter 13, you make it all the way through the enemy stronghold to this crystal that he's been trying to get ever since the city was attacked. You get to the crystal, and then you get sucked inside the crystal, and that's the end of chapter 13. Uh, so that's a little different. The story, there's not much development there. All you know is you're fighting the bad guy. What could be the end of the game is, and it ends with you being sucked inside this crystal. And now that moment, while weird and different than the rest of the game, is infinitely less weird than the moment I'm in right now. I'm in chapter 14 of the game, and it after getting sucked in the crystal, I escape, and it's now 10 years later, and The entire world is consumed in darkness, and everyone is 10 years older. And it's funny how they made everyone older. Like Noctis, the main character, he definitely looks older. Like he looks a lot more than 10 years older. He's got a beard and his hair's longer, and his face to me is totally different. But everybody else also has a beard. Like Prompto is arguably the even younger guy in the game, and look at him. He looks exactly the same, except he has a little shaggy and Scooby beard on his face. Gladio, his hair is longer, but he's still big and annoying, and he's got a beard. Ignis is still Ignis, and he looks exactly the same. Cool suit. It's a little dirty, but yeah, he doesn't have a beard. He's just dirty. So yeah, Chapter 13 is weird for the content of the game so far, but this moment is infinitely weirder. And I just want to say there's a weirder stuff to come in Final Fantasy 15. You just have to roll with it though, because Final Fantasy is kind of known for being weird. Uh, I do like this game a lot. Of course, it's not Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7 was the greatest game ever, in my opinion. But yeah, it's still good, and it's still a Final Fantasy game, so I will play the hell out of it and try to do everything I can in this game, all the story mode and all of the side quests and everything. I'm going to try and do them all. If you guys want to see gameplay of this, let me know in the comments below. Please, if you come across this video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. I've been at a really low number of subscribers for a very long time, and my views as opposed to my subscriber numbers, I think I have like 20 subscribers at the moment, and each video, if it gets views at all, it only gets like 3 or 4 views, and 3 or 4 views out of the 20 subscribers I have leads me to believe that maybe not all of my subscribers have active accounts or are actually real. So if you could subscribe, I would really appreciate it. It really helps me out, and it helps the channel stay up. Hashtag support small YouTubers. Like I said, guys, if you want to see gameplay of this, if you want me to stream it, go ahead and tweet me at WildShotX. Also, or just leave a comment in the video. I do read all my comments. I do interact with them. I want to interact with you guys. Please comment on the videos. Let me know what you think. Have you already played Chapter 13 of this game, and if something totally different happened to you, and or you thought it was terrible? Let me know in the comments. All right, guys. That's all I got to say for right now. This is WildShotX. Peace.